Hello everyone, I'm Lost, and welcome to another episode of Weapon Spotlight, and today we are talking about the Giza wheel. Pow! Look at it. It's big, it's slow, and it's stupid! I've done so many stupid invasions with this weapon, and it was glorious, you'll see. But first, let's take a look at the damage, shall we? And the damage is actually fairly mediocre. It does 738 damage, which is not great. There's a bunch of smaller and or quicker weapons that do comparative damage, and so it makes this weapon slightly useless. But you're not using this weapon because it's useful, are you? Of course not. You're using this weapon because it's a humongous meme. Look at this thing. Look at the weapon art. Let me just drink some juice first. Ow! It's a pizza cutter spinny attack, and because this weapon has some innate bleed, you will be able to bleed some people to death if you manage to hit them. Of course, they also have to have rather small poise and or be stupid, but it's fun! The sad thing about this weapon though is the startup of the spin is so slow. Look at this. If you have a smart opponent, they'll just backpedal. In fact, you don't have to have a smart opponent, you just have to have an opponent that has half a brain and they will backpedal. This weapon is actually inspired by a weapon in Bloodborne, I'm fairly certain, and in that game, this weapon, the pizza cutter, it actually started this spinny attack immediately. He just held it up and the weapon spin started, and so I think that would have been much better. But you know what? It's still a fun weapon to use. I'm not even going to talk about the moveset because it's the standard, fairly boring moveset of a Colossal weapon. So instead of me just talking about something that doesn't need talking about, let's just go straight to the invasions. Hello everyone, post-commentary Lost here, and the very first invasion that I want to show you is a stupid one. I drink my juice box, which allows me to soak up damage and heal from it, and so I'm trying to hunt this man down, and he's trying to make me go crazy. He's somewhat successful in that, but luckily I am actually healing up. I survived thanks to the Crimson Bubble Tear, and that puts me in a position to try to break him. And he rolls a few times and he rolls into my actual blade. It's fantastic. This is why I love this game. Such stupid situations you can get into. Speaking of stupid situations, this guy doesn't actually know that I am looking at him. I was pretending to be AFK to do that. Unfortunately, the weapon is so slow that I didn't manage to get him with the pizza cutter, and so for some reason I decided to destroy that light there, that candle. I don't know why, but here we go. We actually have to fight here. Now, lucky for me, it is a Colossal weapon versus a Colossal weapon, and this guy is very happy using all kinds of different attacks, not just the poke, and I am very happy with that. Now, granted, he does have the poke, which makes his weapon far more better than mine, but I still try to hunt him down. We do pretty solid damage here, and he keeps running. There is a blue that has arrived, and he tries to turn and burn me. I get in a really solid backstab, and I realize, okay, the blue is over there. He's fighting somebody. I try to get him with the weapon art. I do hit him, but not enough. And bang, we hit him with another jump attack, thank God. And at this point, I realize the blue doesn't even live, and so we do a jump attack, and finally the bleed comes in here, allowing me to kill him. I don't think I would have managed to kill this guy if the blue came in. Now, this invasion right here is an excellent example of how most of my fights against 3 people went. Just take a look at this. They keep away, because they know they should not be running straight into me. Now, granted, some of them get a little brave, but at most of the time, they manage to stay away. So I retreat tactically. I drink my juice box, allowing me to soak up damage, and I also have the poised hair in. The poised hair only lasts for like 10 seconds, so its effect is not very long, but it is still very strong. But as you can see, I get overwhelmed by the numbers here, which happens. Into another fight, and let's start off with the tear again. It's so good. And this guy is using Mogwin Spears. Now, I can't protect myself from the bleed. Oh my god, I'm not entirely certain what's happening here. I'm healing, I'm bleeding, everything is going on. And that man is just standing still for a moment. I don't know why. Was he thinking I weren't going to attack him? I don't know what happened, but hey, it's a victory. And it's a funny victory, so we'll take that as well. Moving on to the Halig tree, we are fighting 3 people this time. Of course, they're kinda spread out, which is always a great opportunity if you are an invader. You generally don't want to fight them all at once. You want to divide and conquer, so to speak. And here, the enemy is actually doing their own dividing. So we go for the one who's alone, and he decides he doesn't want to die by my hand. He simply wants to give himself to gravity, which I understand. Gravity is perhaps the most dangerous element in all of From Software's games. So, hey, oh god, okay, well, they were waiting for me, apparently. He saw me come down, and so he uses the thing. I decide, hey, let's try out the tear again, and everybody tries to bleed me. Luckily, I have the Crimson Tear, and you can see I still got full health. Look at that. I managed to kill him with the actual weapon art, which, honestly, I kind of found to be magical. The guy had a little bit of a delay, but it wasn't too bad. I tried my best to get the weapon art off, but he has a bleed weapon. And I should be very careful here, so I should heal up, but my god, the man gets me. It wasn't very close, mind you, the attack, but hey, I'll take it. I can't complain too much, because I did manage to kill one of them. And boom, we are now fighting Vincent Valentine. I don't know if that's a character from something. It sounds like a name that would fit wonderful in a book or maybe a Marvel comic or something. Anyway, Vincent is a man who enjoys fighting me with sleep arrows and bleed. I think that's actually kind of clever, because if he's using a dagger to apply the bleed, the dagger won't wake me up from my sleep unless it actually staggers me, and since I have poise, that's not going to happen. Luckily though, he tries to get in there and get some bleed on me. I managed to use a weapon art and I kill him. He's gone. He's dead. Over to Dale Harding. Harding? I don't know. The host is using... Oh my god, how did I hit there? We are in a situation right now where I'm not super happy. Oh god, how much health does this man have left? He was so close to death. In this area right here, I don't have a lot of... well, I have a lot of room to maneuver. I do have a lot of room to maneuver, but there is not a lot of cover. So the guy who's shooting at me, he's going to be in a very good position. And of course, when he's shooting at me, the host is running towards me, trying to end my existence. Which is, of course, the clever way of doing things. So I'm running away, just trying to get a little bit of distance. He keeps using Stars of Ruin, and again I am reminded about how awful Stars of Ruin was before the nerf, and how happy I am now. He managed to get a few good hits on me, and I actually get almost frozen to death by the Phantom. And here comes more... Run, Lost! Here comes more spells. I do realize that we have a blue who has arrived, so I was thinking, let's just get some distance. They are over there. Maybe we can find the blue, and I spot him there in the distance. So, is that his name? Mura? Murica? Mura. Well, whatever. I decide Mura should try to die, and I discover we should probably try to kill that person real quick, because she has the Bolt of Grand Sax. Yeah, I may or may not have messed up my dodge there. But I don't think I would have been able to survive for too long with all of those guys hurling projectiles at me. And so we come to the last invasion here, and I think that this is when I want to give this weapon a score. This weapon is not great when fighting multiple opponents in an open area. You can make it kind of work if you are fighting on a ledge or perhaps in a hallway or something, but it's not a great weapon. That being said, most of the times when I manage to get a kill with the actual weapon, I turn so happy. And look at that! He tries to grab me, he misses, and so I turn around and murder his friend! It is so funny! The moveset of the weapon is just fine. There is nothing to really write home about, so I think I'm going to give this weapon a 5 out of 10. It's completely mediocre in every way, with the exception of the weapon art, which is very funny, but it's not good. And that's all I wanted to say today. Thank you so much, guys, for watching my video, and I will see you later. Kisses.